So the first thing I want to say is jump on the website, have a look at the detailed corporate presentation and announcements, because obviously in 15 minutes I'm just going to fly through some key points. So get onto the website and have a good look at everything. As you'll hear, we've expanded our exploration portfolio across Australia, and we do generally acknowledge the traditional owners of all the lands that we work in, and we definitely value and treat and respect the culture that they bring to the ground. So who are we? For those that don't know, Novo in its current form, we're a greenfields gold explorer, and greenfields is really important. We're not chasing discoveries 100 kilometres near an existing processing plant. We are really looking for standalone new gold projects that can be developed going forwards. We've got a strong financial position. Go and look on the website for details, but we run about 12 million cash at the moment, and we've got an investment portfolio of around about 44 million. So we're well strengthened financially to develop the strategy. Importantly for us, and this is where I'll focus, in December we announced 3 major additions to our portfolio of exploration, 2 really high quality farm-ins and also a strategic position around Onslow. And that complements what we already have of the Pilbara, which we're known for, our great joint venture that we have with De Grey, the Edge and the joint venture, but also our Belltopper project, which I'll cover a little bit at the end. So here we are. Here's the 3 projects in quick summary that we brought on board in December. In Onslow, we put together a package of about 1,500 square kilometres of ground where people have done very little work. We like the area. We're building that up for drilling later this year. We did a farm-in with Manhattan Corporation in Tibooburra, and that's really based around the old historic Albert Goldfields. So we'll talk about some of the stunning results that Manhattan had and our plan going forwards. And then we also did a farm-in with TechGen on the John Bull project, which is near Grafton, but importantly it's in the New England Fold Belt. So we did a massive piece of work just before Christmas, and we definitely needed to take a holiday. So let's jump to John Bull. John Bull's had a bit of a history going back to the 1880s. There's still prospectors who do a lot of stream sediments, but Kennecott in 1983 developed a trench. I was there last week. I've seen the work that was done historically, but if you can see the results there, that trench really flagged high gold occurrences across the area. TechGen followed up with some really strong soils and rock chips, and you can see the picture on the right, a really strong soil anomaly across the John Bull tenement. Geophysics has been done, which is really exciting, and TechGen followed up with a 6 drill hole program, and you can see the results there. So we like this ground. There's a whole lot of prospectivity there for us to follow up as a team. And you can see on the bottom right-hand corner here a section, some of the results, 60 metres at 1 grams, 23 at 2.02, 94 metres at 0.95. So we see this area as a really great expert place for Novo to use our expertise. We have a really great geological team. They're on the ground now doing mapping, soils, leading to a drilling program in Q2 this year. So it is a farm-in. We've got a very good staged process in working through to a joint venture. Something a little bit different, Tibooburra. It was 41 degrees last week when I was there. So Tibooburra again, probably not known for us in West Australia, but the Albert Goldfields has a huge history of gold occurrences. Manhattan have been the project owners of this area. They've drilled lots of holes in the past, and we're very fortunate to be able to now take over that ground and again through a farming arrangement start developing the picture. We're really focused on the northern part of the Manhattan tenement, particularly around an area that historically has been called a clone, but the whole area is about 35 kilometres length in strike, and there are tenements around the Manhattan ground that we're farming into, S2 Resources, AIC Mines. So there's a lot of other competitors that are chasing ground in a similar area. So if you look at Clone, which is our real focus here, extensive workings historically, drill holes, 11 of them were drilled over 250 metre strike length by Manhattan. Fantastic results, 7 metres at 7.23 grams per tonne, including 3 metres at 16, 9 metres at 6.03 grams per tonne from 16. So again, a bit like John Bull, we see this as a great base to get in there, use the farming process that manages the risk between us investing it, doing the technical work, and then slowly creeping up to 70% ownership. So we're moving quite rapidly. So you'll hear us talk about drilling in Tibooburra again in the back end of Q2 this year. So Onslow is a little bit different for us. If you look at our pyramid, you know, John Bull and Tibooburra are very much in the mid thing, advanced exploration you might want to call them. Onslow is an area that we've identified that's been underexplored. We did an acquisition, but we've also done applications to pick up 6 tenements. So overall, we're building a land package of around about 1,500 square kilometres. We think this area and the terrain is very underexplored, has substantial opportunity that has really not been looked at. We see a lot of geochemical signatures across a range of different styles of mineralisation, not just gold, but we see occurrences of maybe copper. You know, the closest operation nearby would be Paulson's, which is not really that close. So we see this as a nice opportunity for us to start building the ground. It's a bit closer to home. So people would know Novo more as a Pilbara-based group. So as you've just seen, last year we really pivoted at the end of the year outside of Western Australia in a big way, and we'll continue to do that, and we're still looking for other farming projects given our financial strength and our expertise. So in the Pilbara we still have around 5,000 square kilometres of tenure. The joint venture with De Grey, the edge in the joint venture is fantastic. De Grey exceeded the $7 million minimum expenditure and are continuing on their way, which is good. We've still got aircore and RC programs later this year and focused around Karratha and Balla Balla and also Moraga. And please go and have a look at the website for information. We can't finish without talking about Belltopper. So Belltopper is in Victoria. It's near Castlemaine. Last year was absolutely transformational. The team did a fantastic job of finally getting on top of the mineralisation and the structural setting. And that led to us putting out an exploration target. And what are some great numbers? 320 to 570,000 ounces. So we see this as a staged process that will allow us to continue through development of the project and hopefully eventually, you know, some way bringing it to shareholder value. So this has been really exciting for us that Belltopper is now, after many years of work, is now crystallising to good shareholder value. So if you now look at our portfolio, quite extensive. In the Pilbara, we've got Balla Balla, Karratha, down in Onslow, the Tullungunga project, also in the Pilbara, edge in the joint venture, which has got great results from the great team at De Grey. Over in New South Wales, we now have our Tibooburra project and our John Bull project, and down in Victoria, the Belltopper. So Novo now has finally moved to quite a very large group of tenements across Australia. We have an excellent team, very financially strong, and we can now move forwards really easy. So it's a very, very simple story for us. Good team, strong gold price, so it's a good time to invest in explorers. As I said, key assets, edge in the joint venture, leading portfolios across New South Wales and Victoria, and we've got a very active drilling program through Q2, Q3 and Q4 this year. So I want to keep it nice and tight. You don't need to see too many geological pictures. Very simple story, great team, well-funded, well-focused on standalone greenfield projects that can really leverage strong shareholder value. So thank you very much.